what is going on, guys? This is the SS Ultimate Goku back with another video. And joining me for the Week 5 NFL Beast picks for the NFL, Rain 48 in the house
That's
again.
me. Yeah, we should be all set next week, but it's been a bit of a tumultuous week, a very busy week with the move and whatnot. So we're still not fully put together here with the Tiki Tribe Studios.
Yep. And once we get that going, it's gonna be light and fire.
Yeah, it'll be the best we've had yet. So
Yep. Alrighty. So there's my scores here. Okay, so you got last week 13-3. You were 13-3. I was 12-4. So right now in the season we are tied in wins and losses right now. So that's where we are right now, and the score is 42-21 for both of us for the season right now this year.
that means we've been pretty good regardless. So
Yeah. So absolutely. So yeah, solid records here. So now the first matchup we got are the Amazon, which is tomorrow. It's the Chicago Bears against the Washington Commanders. 8:15 kickoff. I'm assuming the Commanders are the favorites.
a pretty heavy favorite at 6 points.
Yeah, Bears just suck, which I'm not complaining about. I think the Commanders do win the game. Commanders are a rebuilding team, but against a crap team like the Bears, I think they are probably going to. And they also just almost beat the Eagles too. They forced that game into overtime. So, I'm going to say the Commanders win. I'm going to give them 10. 28-10.
I am going to look at a depth chart here real quick. I know they're missing some serious players here. So I'm being totally honest here. Whoever was playing right wide receiver for Chicago would have made my decision here. If DJ Moore was playing right wide receiver, I might have chosen the Bears. But it's EQ St. Brown, the former Packer. I don't have enough faith that he's going to be a good enough player to beat up against the very poor secondary for Washington. I'm going to say Washington wins this one 21-17. It's kind of a snoozer of a Thursday night game.
All right. Next we have the Jacksonville Jaguars against the Buffalo Bills. This is a London game at 9:30 a.m. Buffalo are the designated home team for this. Not Jacksonville, which is kind of ironic since Jacksonville always go to London anyways, but obviously this is the standard one.
Bills are a 5.5 point favorite. And I would honestly tell you that makes sense given the fact that
They just whooped the Miami Dolphins.
No, I wouldn't even say that. Like if it was any other situation, I think the Bills would be a higher favorite. But the fact that the Broncos the Jaguars haven't moved. They've been in London for 18 days when game time kicks off. They're going to be the more rested team.
They stayed there the entire time.
The entire time. So they're going to be the more rested team. They'll be acclimated to London time. This game, it scares me. It might be a trap game for the Bills just because of that home field, not home field advantage Jacksonville will have. However, the Bills fan base travels well. I'm going to say Buffalo still pulls it out in the end. I'm going to say it's 31-21 Buffalo final.
Jacksonville, to me, I mean, they did beat the Falcons, but I mean, they've kind of been on and off really for me when I've been looking at them this year. I've said it before. I think the Buffalo Bills are the most solid team in the AFC and probably the best bet for any of the AFC teams outside maybe Kansas City, but even Kansas City's been looking a little shaky as of late. I was totally in on the Buffalo Bills beating the Dolphins despite everyone saying all the Dolphins are going to do really good, and look what happened. They spanked them. I think Buffalo Bills are going to continue riding what they're doing. I mean, let's face it. I think Buffalo could have had like 60 points on them if they didn't have the injury. They took the dogs off them finally, but I think they're going to come in and they're going to just continue doing what they've been doing. And they're just going to keep firing on cylinders. They lost to the Jets week 1, but that was probably the best thing that happened for them because now they're on pace. They don't have to worry about the pressure of the undefeated season or whatever.
It woke them up. That's for damn sure.
What's up?
It woke them up, that's for damn sure.
Well, yeah, but also they don't have the pressure of the undefeated season thing or whatever. They can just keep moving and grooving and just keep doing what they're doing. And that's what they're doing. That's what they've done since they lost week one. They've just been firing on all cylinders. And I think that's what's going to happen here. I think the Bills are going to win big. I think they're going to win 38-14.
I hope you're right. It'll be a long Sunday morning for me if that's the case.
Yep. All righty. Back to the regular games. New Orleans Saints at New England Patriots, 1:00 game. Who are the favorites in this one?
The Patriots are a 1-point favorite.
That doesn't surprise me considering how bad the Saints played last week. I mean, they totally spoiled our prediction because we were totally believing in Jameis Winston in that game, and that didn't turn out. And also, by the way, is Wentz playing this game or is it Carr coming back?
I don't think they've officially announced that. Carr will be week to week for the extent.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It depends really. I mean, if Carr's playing, probably maybe with Wentz, but I mean, New England had a bad week last week, but I mean, I think they're probably the more solid bet here. So I'm gonna say New England Patriots win, without knowing that quarterback situation. I'm gonna say it's close though. I'm gonna say it's 24-21.
I'm going to go the opposite end here. I'm going to say it's going to be the Saints. I think the Saints have a better defense, and the big factor from last week's game, the Patriots have lost a shining rookie star in Christian Gonzalez for the year. They're now turning to J.C. Jackson, who got traded today as their number one corner, which is not a great sign given he's looked very poor this year. I'm going to say the Saints win this one 24-13.
4-13. Okay. Tennessee Titans, Indianapolis at the Indianapolis Colts.
The Titans are a 2.5-point favorite.
Yeah, I mean, Titans came off big win. Colts, I mean, they did beat the Raven, but then they went back to what they were last week. I don't know. It could go either way. It's a division matchup. I just gonna go with the bet on Tennessee. Tennessee, I think, are more equipped right now than the Colts. Colts are a young team, so I'm gonna say the Tennessee Titans win. I'm gonna give them. I'm gonna give it a 27-20 victory.
I'm going to say the Colts win here. I don't think the Titans are as good as they were last week. I'm starting to buy into the fact that the Bengals are not that good of a team. I really, really like Anthony Richardson, AR-15. That kid is phenomenal. That was my favorite quarterback out of this class. In a couple years, when everybody's complaining that AR-15 is the best quarterback in this class, I will be able to look at all them like you look at everybody from the 2018 class when we tell them Josh Allen was my guy. AR-15 was my guy. So I'll have that
Josh
one
Allen
for
was
this
my
class.
guy.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying you had Josh Allen. I'm going to be able to say I had AR-15.
Okay.
I'm going to say the Colts. I'm going to say the Colts win 35-17.
Oh wow, big. Okay. All right. The next one is a division rival matchup that I like to always see, and that's the Baltimore Ravens and the Pittsburgh Steelers going up against each other here. What's the favorites here?
Steelers are the underdog. Baltimore is a 4-point favorite here.
Yeah, I do think the Ravens are probably the best bet here. Steelers just got really wrecked by the Texans. And while the Ravens did go up against a weak Browns team because they didn't have their quarterback, and that kind of really screwed them up, the Ravens have always looked good throughout the season. They've always fought strong. They've always had the, keep everything alive despite, if they lose. So despite Lamar play, I know on Lamar, but they're still always consistent no matter what. They're always consistent. And I mean, when it comes to this division rival, it always goes down to the last drive, I think. Almost all the time when it comes to Ravens Steelers, so go anywhere way, but I gotta go with where both teams are right now, and I think the Baltimore Ravens are more solid right now, so I'm gonna say the Baltimore Ravens get it done here. I'm gonna go low scoring. I'm gonna say it's 16-13. I think it's gonna be a low scoring game because they're always low scoring. It's gonna be tough defense, And that's usually how Steelers Ravens go. So that's where I'm going with this.
I think I hate this game more than anything to pick this week just because I don't feel comfortable picking it right now. Until I know who Pittsburgh's quarterback is, I don't want to answer it. If it's Kenny Pickett, I might play the Steelers as the victor. But we won't know that for a while. If I have to pick blindly, I'm going to say the Ravens. It doesn't look very likely that Pickett plays. But I'm going to agree with you that it's going to be a very close game. I'm going to say it's 17-14 final Ravens.
Okay, perfect. Next, we have the Carolina Panthers against the Detroit Lions in Detroit.
Detroit is a 9.5-point favorite.
Yeah. Oh, man, it's tough. Lost to this team last week. I hated it. Detroit just it's really good right now, and Panthers are a rebuilding team. I say Detroit Lions get it done, as it pains me to say. I think they're probably going to win 24-10.
Let's say Detroit gets it done 28-13 final.
Yep. Next, Houston Texans at the Atlanta Falcons.
So Atlanta is the 2-point favorite.
Yeah, Atlanta did lose to Jacksonville. Okay, Jacksonville team. Houston went up against a, banged up Steelers team that's still trying to find its identity. So, I don't know. I think the Falcons are going to win. I think they're the more rounded team right now. So I'm going to just say that the Falcons win 20-14.
I agree. It's going to be an ugly game. If it wasn't Atlanta, if you're going to tell me it was Houston, Tennessee, or even to an extent Houston, New England, you could will me into picking Houston again. I'm going to pick Houston a lot more this season than I probably should. This isn't one of those options here. Atlanta has one of the most stout secondaries in the league. Houston's winning games with CJ Stroud making plays. I think this is going to be one of those welcome to the NFL rookie moments. I think it's going to end up being like a 14. I'm going to say 14-10 final. Atlanta wins this game. It's going to be an ugly game. It's going to be one of the worst games of the week.
All right. New York Giants at the Miami Dolphins.
I think we know who's going to win this one.
What's the betting odds?
Minus 11 points. Miami is the 11-point favorite.
Oh my God. Yeah. The New York Giants just suck right now. I mean, you gotta say it right. They made one comeback against the Cardinals, and they've just been god awful. And don't be surprised if the Dolphins get maybe a 60 bird on the Giants here with the way they're bringing playing. I mean, because they can do it against crap teams. But I'm just gonna say the same thing here. I'm gonna say the Miami Dolphins get off the schneid here, win 42-17.
I'm definitely not going to predict a 60 bird. I think that Mike McDaniel saw how much controversy it was, and they pissed off good teams going into that, especially the fact that Miami. I
mean, Buffalo could have gotten 60 points on them, but when they had that, I thought they were at first going to do it, but then they called the dogs off once I think one of the guys got seriously injured. That's when they started to take
Trey White.
Yeah, there was the one guy who got on the cart.
Trey White.
Yeah,
and he's done for the year with an Achilles back-to-back years that have been ended early for him.
But that's when I think the Bills were like, okay, let's put the
get out of here healthy. The rest of the team,
keep everyone healthy. Game's over. We won.
That's why I think Miami's going to start looking at it going, we can't really tempt karma. I'm going to say Miami wins this one 45-7. Though they come back and prove that hey, we can still score. Hey, we're a good team. The Giants are miserable right now. I wanted to like the Giants this year, and it just is not their year.
All righty. Next, 405 game. First one that's listed here. Cincinnati Bengals at the Arizona Cardinals.
This is the embarrassing factor. The Bengals are only a 3-point favorite.
Oh. Well, this is gonna be interesting because the Bengals kind of need this right now because they're just sucking right now, and the Cardinals kind of need this in a way because they're not really doing that well either. But the Bengals were the team that was expected to do good. So take it as I'm going to say the Bengals again are going to lose again because I think the Bengals are going to have a down year. I just think they're not in sync right now. And I don't know if you could really say it's the product of Burrow or if it's just the product of a team just having a bad year. And it just sometimes it happens. I think Cardinals are going to win 27-17.
I'm gonna say that Cincinnati does eke it out, but it's not like it's a runaway. I'm gonna say 24-21 final Bengals victory.
All right. Next, we have the Philadelphia Eagles against the LA Rams.
The Eagles are a 4.5-point favorite.
Yeah. I do think the Eagles will win. The Rams still trying to figure out where the Rams are right now, but they're still obviously giving it all they got. But I just think they're more of a team where it's like they're kind of trying their best, but they're still like they're just not there right now. And the Eagles are a step down from where they were last year as a team, but they are still a very good team nonetheless, despite I don't think they're the elite team they were last year, but I still think they're still the team, still a very contentious team in the NFC. I'm going to say the Eagles win. Uh, I'm going to give it a 23-13 victory.
I'm gonna say something that if you would have asked me 5 weeks ago what my thought process was, I would have never said this, and you could have called me out of my mind. I'm gonna say the Rams win this one 24-17. The Rams' number one player on offense right now has been Puka Nacua. He has looked phenomenal, and that is Philadelphia's weakness on defense.
Are we getting Cooper Kupp back?
He might be back this week. He was activated first practice window, which would be another bonus for the Rams if he is back. But even if he's not, I think Puka Nacua is going to have a really nice week this week. I'm going to say that the Rams withhold and they win this game.
All right. Next, we have the New York Jets at the Denver Broncos.
The Broncos are a 1.5-point favorite.
1.5-point favorite. Wow. Well, doesn't really surprise me also, actually, because the Jets, as great as the Jets defense has been, they have sucked on offense. And while they were okay last week, they still didn't get it done against the Chiefs when they had many chances to do it. This is a 425 game, by the way. That being said, though, I don't really trust the Broncos and their defense. So I think the offense might be able to do a little better because the defense isn't that great in Denver. And so I do think the Jets are going to squeak it out and they're going to win. I'm going to say 20-17.
So I'm on the same page as you here, Frank. I'm gonna call back to some Sesame Street from when we were kids. There was one thing we learned on Sesame Street. There was one of these things is not like the other. And if I'm looking at this going Jets offense, Jets defense, Broncos offense, Broncos defense, 3 of these 4 things really suck. One of these things is not a sucky option. And that's going to be what separates this game. I'm going to say it's 17-14 final New York Jets in a defensive game for the Jets.
Defensive game, yep. Kansas City Chiefs at the Minnesota Vikings.
So I know the Chiefs haven't looked good, but this is way too close for my liking for a spread. The Chiefs are only a 4.5-point favorite.
Yeah. I am gonna go with the Kansas City Chiefs to win the game. The Vikings are, I mean, they did manage to win last week, but again, it was against a crappy Panthers team. And the Chiefs, while they didn't look particularly that great against the Jets, we also have to go into the contents. The Jets do have a great defense as well. So there's that as well. I think the Kansas City Chiefs are going to look a little better on the offense against the Vikings, and I think they will win this game. I'm going to go 27-14.
We're going to make your day here, Frank. I'm blowing out the Vikings. I'm going to go 35-13.
I was being more convenient with them. You're like, oh, no, for that.
I have no faith in... Listen, Justin Jefferson's going to catch passes all day. Kirk Cousins is going to throw for 400 yards. Is Kirk Cousins going to put it in the end zone? Probably not. Are the Chiefs going to score against a very bad Vikings defense? Absolutely. So Chiefs all day.
Okay. And you said what? 30 to nothing?
35 to 14, I think it was.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right. Now Sunday Night Football, 8:20. Dallas Cowboys at the San Francisco at the San Francisco 49ers.
Niners are a 3.5 point favorite.
Yeah, I do think the 49ers get it done. I think the Cowboys are an okay team. They got to really show their stripes against the Eagles whenever they go up against them. But 49ers right now, just at least in the early part, and we thought they were going to be slow at the beginning part of the season. I did for sure. And they're just running on all cylinders right now. The 49ers are probably the best team in the NFC right now at this point in the season. And I think the Cowboys, I don't think they can compete against them right now. I think the 49ers are a better team. Purdy looks good. I'm going to say it's going to be a close one, but I think the 49ers still win it. I squeak it out. I'm going to say 30 to 23.
I'm going to go against every moral being in my body here. I have been very pro Brock Purdy. I don't like the Cowboys. However, I don't really. The 49ers to me feel more like a Cinderella story than they do a legitimate contender. I know they on paper they look good, but like it's a defense. I don't really still trust Brock Purdy to be the best guy. And their Niners weaknesses play to the Cowboys' strength. And the Cowboys have had a good defense also. I'm going to say it's 21 to 17 final. Cowboys get it done on Sunday Night Football.
Oh, wow. You're going on the upside here.
I am.
I want them Cowboys. All right. Anyways, Monday Night Football. My Green Bay Packers at the Las Vegas Raiders, 8:15 kickoff. Who's the favorite here?
The Packers are a 1 point favorite.
That's fair. Very close. Well, I'll just say this right now. The biggest advantage here we have is the Raiders haven't been really that good on offense, despite Devontae Adams getting the catches. Obviously, it ultimately is never enough for them to win. And that's why he's frustrated right now. But the biggest concern I have, obviously, as a Packers fan, is Jordan Love not being able to play good against the elite teams, and he showed that last week against the Lions, who are a contending team, obviously, in the division. It has not shown that he can win in the clutch either, which is also concerned. 2-minute drill. And that's going to be my biggest concern going into this. We do have Christian Watson, but I don't know. I think we will win this game because of the matchup, but I am still concerned as a Packers fan because as I said in my rant and my recap episode last week after that Detroit game, I don't believe Jordan Love is the guy, and I stand by that right now. I have not seen him to doing it against the elite teams yet. And one concern, obviously, this is going to be easier for them because it's the Raiders, but I don't know. I'm still concerned. I'm going to give the Green Bay Packers the win, obviously. I'm going to say 23 to 17. Packers.
I will tell you one thing, and I'm sorry. I know this is your team, but I'm not tuning into this Monday Night Football game worth anything. This is going to be one of the worst Monday Night Football games of the year. That being said, when you look at where Green Bay's won and who they've lost to, at least they've lost to competent teams. The Raiders are failing to score points against bad defenses and barely eked out a win against an almost 0-4 team in Denver. I think Green Bay gets it done 24 to 10. I don't have much faith in the Raiders.
All righty. And were there teams on buys too?
There are teams on buys this week. Cleveland, the LA Chargers, the Seattle Seahawks, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are all on buys this week.
All right. Well, there's our bye weeks there for those teams. So yeah, that is all the picks for this week. Anything else?
I think that's it for me.
Okay. Yeah, guys, make sure to comment, rate, subscribe, Make sure to check everything out. We will have shorts stuff that we post on the website or on the website, YouTube. And then I will have obviously after the Monday Night Football game, I will have my Packers Beast recap show that I will be doing, talking about and breaking down the Packers and Raiders game. But yeah, that is about it. Make sure to subscribe, rate, comment, all that good stuff. Also, there's a Tiki website, which will play this back too if you're watching on the website. And yeah, that's about it, guys. I am the SS Ultimate Goku. He's the reigning 48. We out of here. Peace.